Hi, this is a recorded lecture for the IB/DP Design Technology Topic A3.1.2, and we're focused on smart materials. As with the other material selection and classification videos, we're focused on source and origin. We're seeing how these can be applied to frame, shell, solid, and combination structures and in design of products, and how they are natural or human-made and that they are smart materials. So first of all, a smart material is a material that has been designed to have more than one property that can be modified when subject to an external stimulus in a way that the output can be controlled. This modification change is reversible and can be repeated. And there's several that we need to talk about. We need to talk about piezoelectricity, shape memory alloy, photochromicity, electrorheostatic and magnetorheostatic, and thermoelectricity. So let's start with piezoelectricity. This is a property of a smart material, a piezoelectric material, which gives off a small electrical discharge when deformed and experiences an increase in its volume when an electrical current is passed through it. And so this is a good video to watch. It'll explain the piezoelectric effect, and I would definitely recommend that you have a look. We have shape memory alloys. So this is a material that remembers and returns to its predefined shape after being deformed. This is achieved in response to changes in temperature or stress. So this is a great video to watch. It's about a shape memory alloy called nitinol. And this is another video that's going to give you some more understanding of what shape memory metals can actually do. The next smart material we're going to focus on is photochromicity. And this is a property of a smart material. A photochromatic material changes colors in response to an increase in light. When the light source is removed, it returns to its original color. You most often see these in people's glasses. So if you have glasses that get dark when you go out into the sunlight, then those are photochromatic material. And you also see them in windows. Electrorheostatic materials, this is a smart property, relates to the fluid that can undergo a dramatic change in its viscosity. So this is like how runny it is when it's exposed to an electric field. This effect is reversed when the electric field is removed. So essentially, when you turn on the electric field, it's going to become more viscous, so it's going to be harder to flow. And then when you turn the electric field off, it's going to become less viscous. And this is a video that shows how that works. Thermoelectricity. This refers to a smart material comprised of two dissimilar conductors that produce an electrical current when they're heated. This is a video from a teenager who won the Google Science Fair for this flashlight that she created, which runs on the heat of your hand. Now, how do these apply to frame, shell, and solid structures? So one of the ways is you can see here that shape memory wire is used in something called stents. And so stents are a medical device which opens up blood vessels that have been clogged by plaques. And so you can see here, this is a shape memory alloy. It's in a frame structure, and it's going to open up this blood vessel so that somebody, for instance, won't have a heart attack. Shell structures, we can see this is photochromatic glass, and over time, it's going to change color. So in the morning, it'll be lighter, but by noon, it'll be darker to let less sunlight in. And this helps with temperature regulation in buildings. Solid structures. So I found this article where people are reinforcing columns with smart memory alloy, and this can actually help to reduce destruction of those columns when they're under compression. And so for things like earthquakes, this could be an application where you have shape memory alloys built in with the concrete columns, and that will help to reduce and dampen the earthquake and reduce damage. Let's talk about some advantages and disadvantages when we are using smart materials. They have a lot of adaptability and functionality, so the products can respond to the environment changes in real time. It can help to simplify a design because the material can actually become the actuator, and so it can eliminate heavy motors and gears and complex wiring. There's energy efficiency. Many smart materials like thermoelectric and photochromatic can help harvest waste energy. There's enhanced safety. A solid structure, for instance, with a smart material can detect internal stresses. So this could be like a piezoelectric circuit. And this can also be used to dampen earthquakes with an MR, the magnetorheostatic fluids. before you have a catastrophic failure. The problems with them is that they might have a high initial cost. Smart materials can be significantly more expensive. You might have some problems with durability and fatigue. So repeated reversibility can lead to material fatigue. You might have complexity of control. So integrating these materials into a product often requires complex electronic control systems. And you might have some environmental sensitivity. Some smart materials are very finicky. For instance, piezoelectric ceramics can be brittle and crack under impact. Thank you for watching.